So I just gave up and just let me die.
But that doctor, it was just shocking.
$1 million. I think I always stay with him.
Oh, getting my GenVal card was like the happiest time of my life.
Hi everyone, I'm Amy. Today is a very special video. I'm joined by two dear friends of mine. We actually met about 2 years ago when I shared a video of me and my husband, our love story and our journey, and I asked the audience to share their story. I came across Tim and Way's story and it was so emotional and inspiring. I want to do today's video because I really feel that it was just an amazing story, and I really want more people to hear about you guys' story. So welcome Way and Tim. So let's dive straight into the story. So Tim, you've been in Taiwan for how long?
Maybe about 5.5 years.
Way, you're from Taiwan, right?
Yeah.
And Tim is from America.
It was at the end of 2017. We met online on some dating site. Started contacting each other for a couple weeks. I was living near Phoenix, Arizona, and of course she was living in Taipei.
Right.
We decided to meet up. Yeah, I've been to Taiwan before, but not for a long time.
Right.
So I figured, yeah, why don't I come and see the island and
meet this beautiful lady.
Yeah.
So afterward, we decided to move to next state.
Yeah.
And so I invited him, said, how about you come here and I sign you for a Mandarin learning program. We could figure out, are we really good for each other?
Right.
a couple months later, after my class was about to end, we had to decide, what are we gonna do?
Right.
So I decided to propose to her.
So after he proposed, and he decided to come back to Arizona to sell his house. At the time when he was in Arizona, tried to pack up everything, he already started feeling real sick.
I thought I was just weak from I was so busy preparing my house to sell. I kept on having kind of these sharp pains in my stomach area. That's the mindset of how I've always been in America. Oh, it's not that bad. I'm not going to go see the doctor.
Right, because it's not as easy as here. Same in England as well. We don't just go and see a doctor. It has to be really bad before we go, right?
Yeah. I figured I'm coming back to Taiwan, and I knew that the medical here was already very inexpensive. So I figured I'll just wait a couple days and go back and have it checked out. I was so bad by the time I even got into the airport and she met me when I came back that I couldn't even move.
The first thing first is we went to the hospital.
But that doctor, it was just shocking. He gets me up on the table, he's just feeling around. He was like,
shocking.
You have tumors. I had large tumors that obviously I had no idea. It had already ruptured.
The doctor said, oh, we need to transfer you to the bigger
Yeah, you need to see somebody at Taiwan.
Right.
I was worried because I never have experience about cancer. So I just called to Taiwan, the front desk. But the whole thing only took me 30 minutes.
So you literally went on that day, was that right?
Yeah, that day, 30 minutes later.
I mean, would you receive immediate care like that in America?
So in the United States, you basically have whatever coverage you can afford.
Right.
I guess if you're paying a lot, you can get it.
You get it straight away, right?
There were several doctors that said that I was terminal. We're not even going to attempt anything. Just see how tonight goes. But there was one doctor who was the head of oncology. Said, well, let me try. And thank God he tried.
Yeah.
At that time, he didn't have GenVal. So the whole cancer treatment didn't have GenVal because we're still waiting.
How much did it cost you in total?
About 600,000 NT.
But in the US, if you come across this in the US, how much would that be?
I look into that, for not even terminal.
I don't even want to hear.
Not even terminal. It's for the normal cancer. In average, is $1 million.
Every time you do a cycle of chemo, it's going to drain your whole system. You're going to feel like you're a zombie. Literally, I couldn't even walk too much. She would get me up out of bed and, periodically to walk around, or we walked around the Peace Park nearby the hospital. I
always stayed with him because he is in other country, in a foreign country.
Right.
And if I always stay with him, and he will feel more reassured.
You were also working there as well at his bedside?
Yeah.
I
have to change my working pattern, then I have to quit the job and change to other job, then I could work remotely.
She would be sitting in my small little hospital bed with me, with her computer on the desk, right, working.
Yeah, with the laptop and the squeeze myself like that.
I mean, how are you feeling at this time, Wei?
I was devastating. Not that easy to find a right person.
Right.
Like the love of life. At the time when I met him, I already knew he is the one. Just at the time after he proposed, and I just feel like the universe just had a big job.
And what I also love is Wei showed me some photos. I'll show you guys of how you tried to, you know, obviously getting through the hardest days for you guys. How you kept things light and you kept things funny and you tried to make the best of what seemed like an awful situation at the time. You just seemed to face it with such optimism and such belief. And could you talk more about that?
Going through cancer is just bad, but you have to have some hope. You'll have a checkup and you'll see how much did it improve.
Right.
So obviously when it's improving and the doctor is happy about it, then you're going to feel better and it'll give you some hope. But you know, you just got to keep your spirits high and believe that, you know, the doctor's doing the right thing.
Right.
You know, after a while, just give it time and things get better. Like my doctor was, you know, head of oncology at Taiwan.
Yeah.
And so he's probably seen more cancer patients than maybe anybody in Taiwan.
Right.
And he said, worst case I've ever seen, and I gave you the strongest dose ever. 1 year after it first started, the doctor actually said, you're cancer free. Before I used to go every couple months, 3 months for an oncology checkup. Over the years it got better, so right now it's still every 6 months. Every time I see the same doctor, I'm still seeing the same doctor, Dr. Hong. Every time we go see him for a checkup, he's just all smiles and so happy because he's like, wow, I can't believe you survived. It's been about 5 years exactly. I would say I'm back to normal now.
Fantastic. But I want to say, it's up Tim, you go like mountain hiking and things now.
Right, we go hiking.
Yeah,
Right.
It's amazing to think that you were at that position and then like 5 years later, there you are climbing up like, you know, Chichen San and all this kind of stuff with like limitless energy. I know I've heard the story before, but it just feels just absolutely amazing, the story. When I hear it, it just makes me just feel like, wow, you guys are amazing. You got through this and you pulled through this. If there's someone watching and they've just got the diagnosis, or they know someone with the diagnosis, or they're going through a similar situation, what would you say to them?
After that, we watch again the famous TV show Breaking Bad.
Oh, right.
Yeah, every cancer patient and the family should watch that TV show. The main character, Walter White, at the beginning he also said, I just want to give up. It's just the whole treatment is too painful and too hard, and we totally could relate to the talk about the chemo brain. I think because that's the most difficult part and challenging part for the family member. We even have some family friends and they got cancer and they just change the personality and become so aggressive and they even hit the family member. Most family members, they didn't know that's a side effect of chemo.
Right.
It's kind of a very stressful event, right? It's like in all relationships. An individual has distress, caretakers have their stress too, and you know, you just have to talk it out and
just find a way to get through it.
And realize that you're both going through a lot of stress. At least here in Taiwan, you don't really have to worry that much about the financial issue.
For the same situation in US, like the patient themselves and the family not only need to worry about all the physical and the mental change, they also need to worry about all the financial stress. From our experience of all this cancer treatment, we realize like in Taiwan, they see like cure people, cure patients. And
health is a basic human right.
Yeah, but in US it's pretty different. So they see all these treatments kind of like a business. And most people just can't afford that. The rest of other family members might need to
financially struggle.
In US, most cases, like the patient themselves would just feel like, oh, I cannot be this selfish, so I just give up and just let me die, and you guys could keep moving on your own life. But that's heartbreaking. How could you see your loved one just dying and just give up? But in Taiwan, at least you don't need to worry about that thing. You just focus on your treatment itself. Well, we really appreciate the whole medical system in Taiwan. That's the main reason that we could still have a husband and wife life like till now?
Oh, getting my Genval card was like the happiest time of my life. Even though I'd already paid this much for, you know, getting through the cancer treatments, after I got that Genval insurance card, I knew everything will be way more affordable now.
From the experience from our family member and our friends in US, most of the time they went to hospital and they went through a lot of different checkups. Doctors and the hospital still couldn't figure out what's going on and just waste a lot of money.
Like after COVID, obviously, the doctors will just basically FaceTime you or like video chat with you to even give you a prescription. And if you just like make a 1 minute video phone call to your doctor, that's
100.
100块美金.
What? The good things living in Taiwan is at least you don't need to worry about things financially.
I really appreciate you sharing your story with us, because obviously it's quite an emotional story and it's a big thing for you guys to go through. But I just want to say you're very inspiring to me, and I'm sure you're very inspiring to so many other people as well. Thank you so much everyone for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed it, and please do share below if you've experienced something similar. Maybe you can share your stories as well and inspire other people. Thank you very much again, guys. Really appreciate your time. Thank you. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel, and you can click on the little bell so every time I have a new video you'll get notified straight away. And if you haven't already, you can check out my restaurants. One's in Danshui, one's in Xinyi, and we're also in department stores. We're online, www.britschick.com. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye.